Hey everybody, Josh here. Right before we get into this episode, I want to tell you about something cool that we're doing. On the 25th of December, and that's next week, we're releasing a non-canon Christmas special. We already recorded it. It's over 3 hours of recording. It'll probably end up being like 2.5 hours long, and I think you guys are really going to like it. It's non-canon, so it's not really interfering with any of the storyline of what's actually going on in the show, but we take our 4 characters and we're putting them on this unique adventure that's not official, but it's just fun and goofy. The 4 of them are traveling back to the Gnome Island to save Truffle Bundle from the clutches of the evil Kringleclaw and his clockwork castle. So I designed this whole adventure. We played it. It was super fun. And I've actually taken this adventure that I made for this one shot that we're doing for Christmas, and I've written it down and turned it into an actual adventure that anyone can run with their D&D group. So everyone who's a patron goes to patreon.com/TheTitanPod and supports us for $2 or more. We'll be getting this entire adventure laid out and designed by my buddy Mike, along with hand-drawn maps. I think there's like 8 or 9 unique creatures that I made for this adventure. There's traps, there's puzzles, there's some fun, goofy RP moments. So I tried to make as much cool stuff. There's some magical items. It's all in there, and I'm excited to share it. So if you want to get your hands on that adventure, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/TheTitanPod and support us for as little as $2. We would love for you guys to join that. You'll also get access to the patron-only Discord, which myself and all the cast members are a part of. We love getting to interact with fans, listening to theories, talking about what happened in the latest episode. It's super fun, and it's got a wonderful community. That's all I got to say, guys. Without further ado, I give you part 2 of A New Perspective.
Last time on the Titans of Altera.
Joan, I am a red cleric.
You trained me to be a gray cleric.
I trained you to be a red cleric. Relnor! Relnor! Harris, he's breaking the accord. He won't listen to reason. You have to speak with him.
Dalfin?
Whoa, Joan, your hands.
Davy, what happened to Joan? I don't know. She just fell over.
I don't know.
Winnie, keep your head down. Keep Joan safe.
I will. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Davy! The thingy at window. Look, Davy!
What?
What is that thing?
I don't know.
What do we do? I mean, my parents.
I can't leave Joan.
I gotta warn them.
You're going to head to the Southwestern District?
I don't know what else to do. I can't just watch my parents' neighborhood get smashed.
Rule 1, never split the party.
we
Rule 2,
failed on that
ignore
rule.
the first.
Bananas
Rule
united. Bananas split. Go. Bananas.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Titans of Altera, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play for gamers of all ages. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Josh. Going around the table, we have... Okay, that's Joan. Who else do we have?
Dalfin.
Winnie.
Relnor.
Awesome. We're going to jump right into it. So, Winnie, you saw a giant bull-like, lizard-like monster thing with horns and a big long tail that was about 30 feet tall, rampaging through very distant, very far away
Right.
in the southwestern district of Lestraad.
Oh, we forgot to tell you that our dad is a big fan of your sound effects.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he legit, my father-in-law
Like
came up to me
mockingly?
and said
No.
and said he was upset that I told you guys to stop making your own noises.
No, he was upset that you told Ricky to stop. Specifically Ricky.
He was super okay with me
He
telling
was like,
Eric
let
to stop.
Ricky keep making the noises.
Doesn't care about his daughters or his other son-in-law.
Let
But
Ricky
hey, that
keep
Ricky
making
guy.
noises.
I should just start a noise podcast.
I'll write them down. You make them. I'll write them down.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, do an ASMR podcast.
Ooh. All right, guys. This time I'm going to do a creaking door.
Dear God. Can we please get back to the episode?
I don't know. I kind of like
Hey,
this.
how you doing, buddy? Good? Okay, I'm going to close the door now.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm just trying to keep track of how much time we're losing
It's
so
gonna
that I
cut.
can edit it out.
It's not getting cut.
No, you can cut where you go.
All right. Relnor and Dalfin are on their way towards the command building with Eddie,
Yes.
while the streets are beginning to fill with commotion. Winnie, what are you doing? It's going to take them a little bit.
How far are they from me right now? Like, could I feasibly catch up before they leave the captain's office?
Well, tell me this, guys. Are you moving at full speed?
I would be trying to get Relnor to run. I want to run.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think based on the circumstances, we'd probably be booking
Okay.
it.
And what's your movement speed, Winnie?
Oh, I think it's lower than those guys.
25?
I have 25. Yeah.
Yeah. So by the time you get back down the stairs, down to the ground
Right.
floor, out to the door, you look out and it's commotion, and you don't even see
Right.
Relnor and Dalfin. They're gone in the
Okay.
crowd. Like, you might have been yelling for them, but they just weren't. They
Okay.
weren't anywhere to be found. No one responds.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the stupid thing and run towards the giant beast.
Awesome. It's one of the reasons I love you. So,
No concern for herself.
Winnie,
Only for her
literally
parents.
our smallest party member,
Aaron wants to
least
go
experienced
hide.
in
Winnie
combat,
wants to go.
is now the only character in our story who is running towards our first Titan.
We don't know that they're Titans.
It just makes me happy. I just want to say how much I love.
Please don't
Winnie.
kill me. Thank
Because
you.
Josh is a bull in a china shop.
It's definitely not in a China shop. It's in a
It
port
wouldn't,
city called
it wouldn't
Lestraad.
fit.
I said Josh is
God.
a pain in the butt sometimes, just like his older brother Ricky.
This podcast is about me right now, you guys.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Can we get back to Winnie?
we all just got to trail off. It just becomes Josh and Winnie.
And then what do you do, Winnie? It's like, shut up, Relnor.
I was the only one that was quiet during that whole exchange.
Shut up!
Enough. We've
I got
heard from you
singled
so
out.
much already.
Oh, gosh.
He just talks and
Right,
talks and
talking,
talks.
Please stop deflecting from your wife.
Someone's
At this rate, we're going to be
compensating for something
recording
else.
All
for
right, it's gonna take-
hours.
Nothing's gonna happen.
It's going to take Winnie a little bit of time to get there. While she's kind of running against the crowd a little bit, you guys are on your way to the command building. While you're on your way, the way that the command building is structured, there's a lot of open space around it, leading into several of the different roads that lead out away from the command building. Because if you guys remember, the whole city is kind of structured like a big wheel, and the command building is this big round structure at the hub of that wheel. And so each of the pegs of the wheel are basically big roads that lead out from the center of the city. And as you guys are moving inward towards the command building, you eventually reach a place where you're kind of in more of an open area, and you can see further east another massive creature. It stands bipedally with a long, giant lizard-like tail and lizard-like scales and body, arms that are reaching out and grabbing buildings and structures, and a very lizard-like face with a big old maw and just angry teeth. And it's kind of roaring, and
Relnor!
it lets out a big screeching roar that you guys heard from last episode as it kind of rushes into the monk temple structure that's actually fairly close to the command building.
Relnor! Do you see that?
I do.
What is it?
I don't know.
That's all the emotions.
It's really real, guys. They really feel they're shock.
Good
Shock
You
is
are
real.
just RPing your elbows off, guys.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, what do you guys do?
Look, I don't know what it is, but we need to get to High Captain Harris.
You said it was by the temple? Mm-hmm. Relnor, my brothers and sisters.
Dalfin, do you think that the two of us could really take on that?
Nope, but I can. What I mean is, hold on, hold on.
But alone.
I mean, Captain Harrison can listen to me anyway. He'll listen to you. I need to see if my brothers and sisters are okay. You go. I'll be fine. If it gets bad, I'll get out. Let's face it, it's bad. I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, I'm so conflicted.
Eddie's like, I have to go to the captain. I need to see if there's anything I can do to help. How this creature got into the midst of our city without us recognizing it until now is beyond me. But she's like, I'm going to the command building. And she rushes. It's really close to where you guys are at, so she just goes right.
Relnor, it's okay. Go. Stop Captain Harris.
All right, I run after her.
Okay.
And I leap to the rooftops and just make my way as fast as I can to the temple.
All right. Joan, you feel pressure, as if a weight is being laid upon you from every side. It's dark and cold. You're a child, looking through an open door. Through the door, you see your family. They seem to be pondering something. Their gaze continues to move between you and another door on the other side of the room that they're in.
Okay.
Do you do anything? You just stand there and watch?
I'm a child.
Okay. After one last glance your direction, they walk toward the other door and leave the room. The pressure around you grows, as if you're becoming smaller. Within the blink of an eye, you're now in that very room. Before you are 3 doors, each with a single word carved on its face.
Okay.
The leftmost door says truth. The center door says knowledge. The right door says lies.
I look at all 3 of them. And it logically does not make sense to me why there is a truth door and a knowledge door separately. So I walk through the knowledge door.
The knowledge door opens and leads to a room with only 2 doors.
Okay.
One with the word truth etched into it, and one with the word lies etched into it.
Frustrated, Joan goes towards the truth door because they're literally the same thing.
They're not.
Shut
All
up.
right.
You're not here.
Sorry, you're right.
This is mine.
This is your dream, sorry.
Your shoulder, Dalfin, whispers to you.
I don't have one of those. I never asked for one.
All right. You open the door, and the next room has many bookshelves. Almost looks like it's a room from the Temple of the Grey God. And you're older, probably in your early teens. Mm-hmm. And Alora stands to one side, quietly reading a book. Mm-hmm. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I go up to her.
Okay.
I go, where am I?
She doesn't look at you or acknowledge you.
I poke her shoulder.
She says, "Knowledge is the key, my dear." And then she holds out, without looking at you still, a big golden key, ornate key,
Okay.
towards you.
I take the key. And
As you
I
grab it,
boop
she
her.
pulls you close and doesn't let go. And she looks at you and says, "Who are you?"
Your apprentice.
"Knowledge used improperly leads to ruin." And then she disappears, and so are all the books gone. And
But
you're
do
now-
I still have the key?
You do have the key in your hand, and 3 doors stand before you.
Okay.
A white door, a gray door, and a red door with a keyhole. The other doors don't have keyholes, just to...
And she said knowledge is the key. If you use it improperly, it will destroy you.
It'll bring ruin.
It'll bring ruin.
Knowledge used improperly leads to ruin.
I go to the gray door and I knock.
No response. Nothing bad happens.
I go to the white door and I knock.
You hear an echo.
I go to the red door and I knock.
Almost sounds like there's nothing on the other side, like it's really solid.
And I go to the gray door again.
Okay.
And I knock again.
Nothing happens.
I knock louder.
Nothing happens.
I pound on it.
Nothing happens.
You have a key.
There's not a keyhole in the gray door. There's only a keyhole in the red door.
I mean, there's a doorknob.
Well, yeah, I know.
Okay. Like you could open it if you
I
wanted to.
know.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
All right. I just wasn't sure if you thought like you had
Don't
to.
railroad me.
I'm not.
It feels like you are. There's only one keyhole and there's a key. It feels railroady.
There are 3 doors.
I'm just giving you crap.
Okay.
I turn the doorknob to the left, but I don't open it.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
I push it forward a little bit.
Okay. You can see it leads to another room.
I put my mouth up next to the crack and I go,
No response.
then I go, hello,
No response.
hello.
No response.
I open another crack.
It's another room.
Do I see anything?
Not yet. You just see walls, gray walls.
I throw it open, but I don't move.
And within that room are 2 more doors.
Can I see any distinguishing features of those doors from where I'm standing?
Yep. One is a white door, and one is a red door with a keyhole.
I walk through the gray door,
Okay,
and I shut the gray door.
behind you.
Yes. And then I go to the white door, and I knock.
No response.
I go to the red door, and I knock.
No response.
Do they sound the same?
They sound the same as they did in the other room.
Put the key in the red door.
Yeah?
I take it out.
Okay.
I look at the key. Does it say anything?
The key doesn't say anything. It's just ornate and gold.
What are the designs like on it?
Ornate. How would you describe an ornate key?
Does it have a name?
Nope.
Jerry?
Nope.
It's not Jerry's key.
I go to the white door.
Okay.
Do you use the key?
There's not a keyhole on the
That's
white
why
door.
it'd be funny.
Tick, tick, tick.
Why won't it open? Why won't it open? Using the key improperly leads to ruin.
Oh, the key is knowledge.
So I turn the doorknob to the right.
The white door.
The right doorknob.
Yeah.
And I open it a crack.
Okay. It leads to a mostly white colored room. You just see walls.
I don't see any doors.
Not yet.
Does it have black curtains?
What?
A white room with black curtains?
What?
What?
Go sleep, Relnor.
It's a reference, I believe.
I figured,
know it.
but
To
I don't
what?
know.
I don't know.
Extra points for any listeners that understood that reference.
The 4 of you don't know how much you've hurt my heart tonight.
I'm sorry, Eric.
I'm not
Boo-hoo.
sorry. I don't like country music.
It's not country. He doesn't listen to country.
Okay.
Is there anything in the room?
You can't see all the way yet.
I go to the red door
Okay.
and I put the key in
Okay.
and I turn it.
Okay.
And then with 2 fingers, my pointer finger and my thumb on my right hand,
Interesting choice.
I grasp the doorknob and I turn it to the left. And then I throw it open and jump back.
Beyond, it just looks dark. Where
Can't see
the white
anything?
room looks filled with light, this room looks filled with shadow.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the white room.
You step into the white room? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait, no.
I don't
I
think there
grabbed-
Are there
take-backsies.
take-backs?
It takes me a while to walk. Yeah, there are
Okay,
take
what do you grab?
I take the key.
Okay, you take the key out of the red door?
Yeah.
All right.
It's
you-
my key.
Okay, then you head into the white room.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to leave Joan there for a little bit. Coming back, at this point, much more time has passed where you guys are at. You're all kind of getting, we'll go Dalfin first, because you're going to get to the monastery first.
Okay.
You arrive
Psych it
to
up,
a
psych,
scene
psych,
of total chaos. There are crushed buildings and debris everywhere. People are running and screaming. However, you do hear one voice kind of shouting over much of the chaos. It's Brother Raceland.
Okay. I follow the voice. I go
Okay.
to where he is.
Okay, he's shouting specifically at the monks to form a perimeter around the beast. And several monks are throwing, you see weapons being hurled, and there are actually several city guardsmen that are like shooting crossbows, and people are firing. Much of it just seems to be deflecting off of the creature. Not a whole lot is making an effect. But you can tell that some of the monks are getting the creature's attention at the very least. And
yeah.
it's trying to start attacking some of them, and it'll swing its tail around and just knock whole slews of people aside. And Raceland right now is standing kind of on the top of one of the building structures, and he's commanding several different people.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you do?
I basically jump land next to him.
Okay.
Brother Raceland,
Dalfin, what are you doing here?
not important. What's going on? What is this thing?
We don't know. You need to leave. You need to flee as quickly as you can.
Where's Brother Theodoric?
Brother Theodoric is on the eastmost side of the monastery. He, myself, and Brother Porkins and Sister Sally are preparing for a strategic attack on the creature. It seems to be unaffected by typical weaponry.
How can I help?
You can help by getting yourself and as many people as you can to safety.
Where's safety? What are we doing?
I would suggest to head towards the keep, to head towards the command structure.
The center of town?
Yes.
I feel like we're gonna get pinned in.
There's another creature on the westmost side of the city.
That's what I mean. We need to get people out of the city.
And the best way out of the city is by sea. The command structure sits directly in front of the ports.
That's a good plan.
Take as many people as you can, direct them if you can, towards the port, we don't know if we can defeat this creature. The best thing we can do is take to the seas.
Okay. Oh, be careful.
We will.
All right. So I jump down and I try and assist with like the efforts of like helping people.
Okay, you're not going to try and go see Brother Theodoric?
He's busy right now, and he can handle himself, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm going to trust him and trust the other masters.
All right. And we're going to jump then to Relnor. You get up to the top of the command building, only to find that Harris is not there. He's nowhere to be found. Captain Pamela Driver seems to be coordinating much of the city defenses.
Captain Driver,
Relnor.
what's going on?
Several strange creatures have just appeared out of nowhere, and Harris is nowhere to be found.
I'm told that he's trying to break the accord. What do you know? What's going on?
I don't know anything about that. Eddie says there was something in the missive he gave me. It wasn't the orders that he had said it was. Something about pressing back and ejecting the Inquisitors from our city. I was worried. She starts to explain herself. I was worried that his actions would incite the anger of the Queen and break the Four Kingdoms Accord. I didn't know what was going to happen.
But you haven't seen High Captain Harris for a while.
Pamela Driver says, "No, we can't find him. Since you left the command building, and your wizard friend, by the way, instigated a breakout with the orc, and the two of them are in the wind, and several of my men were wounded.
Any leads on Winnie, our wizard?
It didn't happen. It wasn't the monsters. These monsters showed up, and everything went to chaos. I could care less about a small wizard right now."
Yes, I see your point. I'm sure she would have went with the orc Bordeaux back to his homeland to try to find safety, but you're right, that's not important right now.
At the very least, this doesn't look well for her, the fact that she disappears and all of a sudden these monsters appear. I saw what you did.
Slight high five between Relnor and
She
Winnie under the
says,
table.
"Eddie, we need your help coordinating the efforts against these monsters immediately." And Eddie just goes right to getting to work. She knows exactly what to do. "Relnor, if you know anything about the whereabouts of the High Captain, please. His tactical ability and understanding in situations like these is paramount."
I haven't heard anything from him. I haven't talked to him recently since when I left earlier. I'm going to keep an eye out for him, but I am going to go. One of those monsters was attacking the monastery near here. I'm going to go try to help one of my crew members.
With any luck, the monks will be able to handle it. Several of those monks are more powerful than you may assume.
Yes, and one of those monks is my friend. I need to go help make sure that they're okay.
Very well. Do what you can.
So if there's nothing else here, I'm going to go.
We're evacuating the city. As many people as we can are hopping into boats and heading out to sea. That's the best way we know to keep
Is
everyone
there a
safe.
rally point?
Right behind the command building.
I meant for the boats.
Our best hope is to head for the Gnome Island. It's the nearest safe structure, and their walls can protect against many things. So
Okay, can you arrange to have a boat left for me if I need one?
I'll do what I can, Relnor.
Okay.
But I can't promise anything. We are getting everyone out as fast as we can on as many boats as possible.
Understood. Good luck.
Thank you. Winnie,
Sup?
you are just getting to the edges of the southwest district. By the time you're getting down there aren't as many people at this point. The monster is basically, it seems almost unintelligently just
It's just like blundering around.
blundering around, occasionally stopping and sniffing something and maybe grabbing a tree with its jaws and pulling it out. And,
I'm sorry. Are we talking about our lab?
yeah. Yeah. But there's not a lot of people attacking it. There aren't as many military men around this side of town. It just seems to be, for the most part, decimated and somewhat evacuated.
Yeah. So Winnie's there to look for her, like make sure her parents and Podge are not
Okay,
there.
so you're going to head for the candy shop? Okay, the candy shop is like 2 blocks away from where the creature is currently standing and kind of like looking around.
Okay,
things.
that's cool. She's going to sneak as much as humanly possible. So if she needs
Okay.
to roll, she
Yeah,
can.
roll me 1 stealth.
Okay.
Just one stealth check.
Is that D20, right?
Yep, and I'm looking for an 11 or higher.
Okay. 13.
Cool. All right.
Phew.
You successfully make your way past the creature being able to notice you. Granted, it's a good distance away, but it's very big. And you make your way to the candy shop. Only one side of it seems to have been crumbled, but a lot of it's still intact.
Good.
You get inside. You see your mom laid out on the floor, surrounded by some rubble.
Okay, I'm going to run right up.
Okay.
Mom.
Winnie.
Mom. Kimber. Mom,
Oh.
can you hear me?
Yes, dear.
Mom, are you okay? Are you hurt?
I don't know what. Something hit me in the head.
Here, try and stand up for me, okay? Here, sit up.
Kind of shakily gets up.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Can you walk okay, Mom?
I think so. Where's Leonard?
I'll explain in a minute what's going on. We got to find Dad. You're right. Okay. Where did you last see him?
I think he was in the back trying to fix a thingamajig.
Okay. So she's gonna walk towards the back and Leonard. Leonard.
Oh, just like this kind of really hoarse.
Hoarse, like stage
Yeah.
whisper. Yeah.
Yeah. You see a collapsed, kind of big candy structure with 2 little feet coming out from underneath it. But you hear a Winnie.
Dad, it's me. Okay, be really quiet. Okay.
Winnie,
how are you doing?
I think I'm stuck.
Are you okay?
How was the Gnome Island?
It was great, Dad. I'll talk to you about it on the way.
That's great.
I mean, it was smoggy and weird, like you said it would be, but you know, are you able to move can you move your feet and your hands? Can you wiggle?
I can't move my legs. They feel pinned.
Okay.
But I can't move.
Okay. She kind of looks around.
And you're just kind of hearing him from behind the structure. You can't really see him.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like his feet are like being crushed. It almost looks like
Yeah, that's what she was worried about.
yeah, no, it's more like it's pinned. There's enough like little doodads and construction things that it's not flattened against the ground. It's just pressed against the ground.
She is going to look around for something to like lever, like something to make a lever, like shove it
nice,
under the stuff and
nice.
stand on it. Is
While
there
you do
anything
that,
nearby?
He says, I couldn't figure out whether to turn it left or right. The thingamajigger.
Dad, I don't think you actually knocked it down.
So this wasn't my fault.
No, okay, you got to promise me you're not going to panic.
I'll do my best.
Okay, no panicking, no screaming, no loud noises, okay?
All right.
There is a huge monster 2 blocks from our house.
What?
That's good. Keep that level of volume. Yeah, Mom got hit in the back of the head with some rubble. She's doing okay. I set her out
alright.
there. Okay, there's Mom. Yeah.
She's
Didn't know if she could hear us or not.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Mom, how are you feeling? Can you help me hoist this stuff off of Dad?
I can try.
Okay. So
She kind of helps put her weight into
yeah,
it.
Winnie's gonna find like a big old piece of like straight metal from the thing. It's already broken.
Okay.
So and then she's gonna stand on it and hopefully that'll
Nice.
like lift it up a little bit.
Roll me a strength check. I'm going to give you advantage because you got your mom helping.
Okay.
Let's go for a 15.
Nope.
You've got advantage though.
Yeah, that's a 1.
Oh,
A
okay.
critical fail.
That's all right.
No,
you have
take the-
advantage,
you
so you
take
take
the
the
highest
highest.
one.
You take
All
the highest
right,
roll.
so 10.
So you're able to press it a little bit, but it's just even with you and your mom, you're both still very small, and you're just not able to put enough weight behind it
Right.
to get it to move.
Okay. I kind of want to try another way.
What do you want to do?
How much can I fart around in here? I want to go grab the piece of rubble that hit my mom in the head.
Okay.
and we're gonna haul that in and set it on top, and then I'm gonna stand on top of that rock. And I promise I won't do it more than once.
No, it's okay. All right.
We're
okay.
adding more more weight to the lever.
Okay, I'll give you a +2
Okay,
to
for the
another
rock.
another advantage strength.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to game the system. It's like try it again.
I mean, do what you got to do.
Oh yeah, we're good this time. So that's 19.
Okay. You successfully get enough leverage while you're kind of holding it down. Your mom kind of moves and kind of
Slide him out.
slides him out. And he kind of gets out, and his whole face is covered in soot, except for where a couple goggles were that are now like kind of slid up on his face and where it's clean. And he's like, "Thank you."
Winnie giggles in spite of herself.
Like he's been pod racing.
Like he's been pod racing. Exactly. I was back there, and for a second I thought, it's working. And then something happened, and
Super wizard.
I thought I had turned the who's-it crank too far to the what's-a-knob. And boom. It's the last thing I remember.
You know, Dad, I'm pretty sure you probably turned it the right way, but with that giant like lizard bull thingy out there.
what?
Yeah, I would say, hey, come look, but let's get out of here, okay?
That sounds like a good idea.
Has Podge been around?
Podge. We haven't seen him since you were here last.
Okay, well, normally that would make me worried, but considering that means he's probably not in the area, she just grabs both their hands and like drags them out the like opposite
Okay.
side of the building away from the thing.
They're both kind of leaning on each other and leaning on you a little bit because
Yeah.
both of them are kind of injured. And
Right.
your dad's limping a lot more than your mom.
Yeah.
She's kind of more just like dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Have been concussed.
Yes. That is a
Help,
word.
I've been concussed.
May have been concussed.
Okay. But as you kind of get out the back door, you hear a loud, kind of like the breath from a nostril of a bull, and
When he's going to freeze and look upward.
you're kind of at the side of the building. You didn't go out the
Mm-hmm.
front door, but walking in front of the building with a loud kind of with a heavy boof, boof, is this massive
Thing.
30-foot giant bull monster lizard thing.
Yeah. So that's out front of the building.
Yes.
We were heading towards the front door?
I was assuming you were in the back when you got them.
Yeah.
And you left the back door.
Yeah.
The one
that's
that
what I
Podge
was,
came in through.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. The way you said it, I was like, wait.
Because you said, I think it'd be fun to go show you, but let's not.
Yeah, but let's go the other way.
Yeah. But you can see it now through the side, kind of the alley next to the house.
So we're going to stand real still
Okay.
for a minute. And Winnie's going to, like, the three of them can, like, peek a little bit around the corner at it and wait till it goes past.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay. I'm going to roll. I hate to do this,
It's okay.
but I am going to roll a percentage
Okay.
Use your crappy dice.
to see if, for some reason, one of your parents accidentally hits something or trips
Or coughs or something.
You should use this one.
We're going to go.
Eric wants you to use the critical fail die from the first
From episode one.
No, I'm using percentage dice.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm going to go 30 or under, something happens.
Okay.
Beyond that,
I like those odds.
okay. 47.
Dang it.
No, you're fine.
No, that's good.
30 or under, something happens. I can't math. Woo!
So your dad begins to sneeze. He kind of does the and you're able to,
When he puts a finger under his nose.
and you just hear it. He goes, "Thank you." So
I can just see Kimber like staring him down.
At that, you see the tail kind of finally like wave past the alley, and it's kind of moving on down to another part of
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, guys. I don't know. I don't know if you know this, but that's bad. And they kind of look at her like,
It looks terrifying.
yeah, never seen one of those before. Let's make sure we give it a really wide berth. All right.
Sounds like a good idea, but where do we go? Our home. He kind of looks up, and it's kind of all crumbled, and rubbly.
Yeah. The thing is, you guys are more important than the candy shop. You can always rebuild the candy shop. Let's get you out of the city. Maybe the port? Do you think they'd be putting people on boats? Let's go to the port.
We could head to the port. It's kind of nasty part of town.
I know, Dad, I know. But, I mean, every part of town is nasty if there's a giant bull lizard thingy swishing tails everywhere.
That's a fair point, Winnie. Let's go.
Okay. So I guess we're not going to move very fast, but we're just going to try and make a big wide arc
Okay.
around to would it be the east?
Yep, you'd be moving east.
Yeah, so we're going to swoop like east and north to try and get back to the port.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of follow the coast a
Hopefully
little bit.
a very uneventful trip.
Hopefully.
She looks pointedly at the DM.
All right. You're in a white room.
I'm
Who,
assuming
me?
you're talking to me.
Just kidding. Sorry, I'm just being
Joan.
annoying.
You're in a white room.
Sure
It-
wasn't black room.
With black curtains.
With black curtains.
It is completely white. And once you enter, the door behind you is gone.
Oh, I can't change my mind.
And there's no
Again?
other doors. In fact, upon further inspection, there's no other walls. It's just a giant open expanse of white.
The hyperbolic time chamber.
If I put my hand in front of my face, can I see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should start training.
Is Dumbledore there?
No. Good grief.
Eric's trying to make a Matrix reference.
No.
There's so many references.
I'm ignoring him. Keep going.
That's where
What
you're
reference is it?
at. It's
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
She's got to
geez.
train so that she can fight the monsters because time goes.
Well, you do know what they say
Faster,
about
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. It has
It's timeless.
withstood
The test of time.
All right. So you're in
Shuts them up.
you're in a white room. Mm-hmm. Endless expanse.
Do I still have the key?
Yeah.
Is it on anything? Like on like a rope or
Nope.
I'm just hanging out in a white room. I go, hello?
Kind of echoes a little bit.
I'm here for knowledge.
All right.
Literally, that's all I get.
Yep. And next, we're gonna move on to. You're there for a while.
This is
Dalfin.
my favorite episode.
Joan is
So mean.
Joan's Kelsey's very exasperated.
A bit. A bit.
All right, Dalfin, you're helping coordinate some of the evacuation.
I'm helping people I'm making sure that no people are going to left behind, looking for like children or elderly
Yep.
that are having trouble.
Yep.
in
roll
the
me.
crowd.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation 11.
11.
Not very investigative.
That's okay. You notice, with your investigative skills,
Whoa, no way.
a human in uniform running towards you.
Relnor,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
The High Captain wasn't there, so I'm coming back to help you.
I'm helping people. The monks have the monster distracted.
Relnor, roll me an investigation check.
I'm no detective, man. Because that's intelligence, and I'm not very intelligent.
Oh,
I'm wise.
you're
but
very
not
wise.
intelligent. Yeah. There is a
You
difference.
play that perfectly.
16.
Okay, you hear a very soft, faint kind of whimper coming from one of the partially collapsed buildings.
Dalfin, do you hear that? Over there. I
No,
run towards
where?
the building.
All right, he moves. Do you follow Relnor?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys move into a building. Like pieces of the building are crumbling. There is, however, a partially broken staircase leading up to the second floor. And you kind of call out when you get there.
Yep.
You hear a voice kind of call back, go, someone there?
Where are you? We're here to help.
I'm stuck.
I scale the building or the inside to the stairs.
Can I tell if he's on the second floor or the stairs or where
second floor.
it's come from?
Yeah.
Second
Yep.
floor. Okay.
Is there any way for me to like parkour up there?
You can roll me an acrobatics check.
Word. I'm acrobaticking up there.
Woo!
Oh, that's a 22.
Was
Whoa.
that a natty 20?
No, that was a 17.
Holy cow. Okay. So, Relnor, before you can even take the first step,
Okay.
Dalfin runs up to where the stairs finally break and there's a big gap.
Yep.
And he jumps, runs along the side of the wall, and does a somersault
Very Prince of Persia.
up onto the top of the next floor.
Okay. So I don't have to pick them up and throw them because that was what my plan was.
You've got to toss me.
Don't tell me.
Yep. Dalfin, what do you see?
What do your...
What do you?
What do your halfling eyes see? What do I see?
I didn't mean to go into another quote.
You see a hallway leading into several other rooms. This is kind of like an apartment structure. There's a person who's kind of stuck underneath some rubble. And it looks like the rubble's they're stuck almost in a bit of a triangle. So it's not like it's flat on them.
Yeah.
But it's tight enough that this person can't move.
And
it's,
if I move it wrong, it could collapse on them.
yes. And
Okay.
it's Philippe. And you know Philippe, as I think all four of you would know Philippe, as the first-year instructor at Lestraad.
Is he like a professor or a teacher or something?
Basically, he's like a professor teacher. He takes all of the the newest academy recruits and teaches them kind of the basics of what the principles of living in Lestraad and being part of Lestraad society is
But
about.
I'm aware of him and know his name.
Everybody knows.
So
him.
he's like our homeroom teacher.
kind of like in his heyday, he was very successful and ran a lot of missions.
Okay.
But he's a military man, but he's a little overweight now, and he spends most of his time with young cadets.
Okay.
So
So I shout back to Relnor. Relnor, it's Mr. Philippe. He's stuck.
Okay, I'll be right there. I'm going to climb up the stairs and make the jump.
okay, go for it. That's
Acrobatics,
actually, I'm pretty sure jumping is a
athletics.
athletics. Yep.
Doesn't.
That's better for you. You got good strength. Oh no, your dexterity.
No,
is
I'm
you're an
dexterity,
archer.
so
Oh.
that does hurt me a little bit, but 9.
Oh.
All right. You leap and grab onto kind of the upper stairs, but you start to slip down.
Dalfin,
I grab and reach him.
Okay.
I reach and grab him.
All right.
Grab and reach him.
You grab him.
I go, oh, Relnor.
Okay. Roll me in athletics with
Oh, good lord.
with advantage because Relnor's trying to help pull himself up as well.
Word. Okay. Oh, thank God. Not much better. That is going to be an 8.
Wow, guys.
All right. Gosh darn it. He slips through your fingers, and Relnor, you fall back down to the first floor, taking 5 damage.
nice.
Dang it.
Okay, I'm going to pull off my backpack,
Okay.
and I'm going to pull out some rope.
That's a good idea.
Okay. I'm going to tie it around what looks like to be like maybe a secure part of the structure still, like a sturdy beam near the stairs,
Okay.
or like one of the stair handrails.
Roll me an investigation check to determine
Oh,
you
darn.
can find a place.
Intelligence again. Foiled by intelligence every time. 12.
Okay. Yeah, you find kind of a, what would you call it, like a support beam?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, you tie it around that.
I say, Relnor, are you okay?
Yes.
Here's some rope.
Okay.
Hurry. I drop the rope, and then I like the rest of it, and then I run over to see Philippe.
Okay.
I'll climb the rope.
Oh, is that you, Dalfin?
Mr. Philippe, it is. Don't move, please. You're in a very precarious position right now.
I can't move.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff on top of you.
Were we attacked? Is this pirates?
Not pirates, way bigger than pirates, but right now, we have to worry about getting you out of here.
Did you bring someone with you?
Yes, Relnor's coming. Muscle, finesse, we got this.
Relnor, wonderful.
I'm also finesse.
Yeah, but to me, you're muscle.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Relnor, you get up there.
Yep.
You want to go for it? So you get up there, and what's the plan here, guys?
Oh, gosh.
I'd like to do an investigation to see if I can decide which way lifting the rubble is going to be safest.
Okay.
I would also like to do an investigation to see if I can find something to support the rubble, like another beam or a shorter something.
Okay, rolling,
Or like
guys.
a pipe or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
16.
8.
Okay. Dalfin, you do find a good sturdy piece of iron.
Okay, I
An
try
iron
and
rod.
like wedge it to where like it's like supported. Like I don't want to move it, but I'm trying to get it to where like it'll act as a support
Okay.
instead of him.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I say, okay, Relnor, try and hold the rubble up as best you can. I'm gonna see if I can pull him out.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, you don't really know what the best way to hold it up is.
Yeah.
So just roll me a strength.
Okay.
Both?
An athletics.
Me too, to pull him out.
I'm gonna say athletics or dexterity for you.
Okay. Oh, good thing I'm a halfling.
It's a critical fail.
It was, yes. But now it's and this is a dex throw, a dex saving throw, or just
No, like athletics,
Athletics, okay.
acrobatics or whatever.
So that would be 22.
Okay. At least you want to see how quickly you can get him out from under there.
Yeah.
11.
11. Okay, because you rolled so well, I'm going to say you get him out real quick.
Okay.
So even though Relnor is not really able to lift the rubble very long,
Well, hopefully the beam does some of the work.
yeah. But you do
the
kind of
pipe or
feel
whatever.
the integrity of the entire like floor kind of becomes weaker
Yeah.
once you guys
I'm like, well, we got to go.
all right. And he's kind of limping on one leg, but
I'll pick him up. It'll make us go faster.
okay, so you're able to kind of like slide down the rope, and you guys get out of there right before you hear kind of some of the floor cave in and fall under.
Mr. Philippe, follow the crowd. They're going to the boats.
Okay. All right, Joan.
Yes.
Suddenly, a door appears.
Ooh.
You
good,
kind of just
a
are
door.
just turning around looking at stuff. What have you
Yeah, I
been
was
doing, by
kidding.
the way? You've been in the White Room for a good long while.
I was laying splayed out on the ground.
Splayed.
Okay.
And
I
I
like
just
that
every
idea.
once in a while go, hello.
If you ran
Lord.
occasionally, you would be a splayed runner.
Wow. Relnor claps. All right, you see a door.
Yes.
And,
I stand up.
All right,
What does it look like?
it's nondescript.
Does it have any words on it?
No, but
Does
it does
have
have
a knob?
a keyhole.
It has a keyhole. Okay, put the key in the keyhole.
All right.
And I go, please be using it properly. Please be using it properly. Please. And I turn the key.
All right, you open the door, and it leads to a dark room.
Okay, I walk in.
That's
All right.
a good mustering courage sound.
Thank you.
Suddenly,
was.
several bits of the walls and the floor that you've entered begin to glow with runic symbols. As you enter, you realize you're now your current age,
Yeah.
fully grown, and Davi stands to the side next to two chairs, and she motions for you to sit at one of them.
Oh, and she's going to sit in the other one? Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Do I still have the key?
No.
It's gone?
The door's gone, the key's gone.
But I wanted the key.
Sorry.
I wanted a souvenir.
Now, do you take the red pill or the blue pill?
She says, "Welcome, Joan. Would you sit with me?"
Sure.
She sits down, and she says, "Young Joan, what do you most value in this world?
Knowledge.
What is known to you?"
Lots of things.
Like what?
I know that my name is Joan, and that your name is Davi, and that we live in Lestraad, and that I guess I'm a gray cleric and you're a red cleric. That's new knowledge, but still knowledge, and I know it. And I know that knowledge is power, and the more books you read, the better writer you are. And I know that if you're an honest and ethical leader, that someone will notice and will tell your higher ups that you are a captain. And I know that if you're in trouble and you feel disowned and like you don't have somewhere to belong, that you'll find people who matter and who will take you under your wing, and they'll be your new family and guild. And I know that sometimes what you know isn't real, but you have to believe.
She kind of nods her head slightly towards you. Then she kind of motions at the glyphs kind of all around the walls of this room. She says, "These glyphs hold much knowledge. The forebears would actually imbue each symbol with memory, thoughts, feelings, context." And she looks at you and she says, "Do you know, Joan?"
Know what?
She says, again, "Do you know, Joan?"
Oh, there's not a comma there.
And then the lights on the walls and floor begin to turn red, and you feel cold, and the pressure you felt earlier grows even stronger. Breathing becomes heavy, and you can hardly stand. You can hardly, well, sit. You can hardly stay seated upright. Davi stands up, and she says, "Woe to she who lives her life only to realize she spent all her time on things that never really mattered." After saying this, Davi's robes turn red. Then all the lights go dark, and you are in total blackness, just floating in the dark. And you hear Davi's voice. "What if you're wrong, Joan?" Then you hear Laura's voice. "You could be wrong, my dear." You find yourself finally kind of finding purchase underneath your feet. You're in a very long hallway, still very dark, but a single soft light flickers in the distance.
I walk toward the light.
As you approach, you notice it to be a massive glyph with the symbol for knowledge, glowing. It stands near a foot taller than you, and suddenly the floor beneath you begins to glow with the symbol for choice. And behind you is a door. And then you hear a third voice, a man's voice.
I don't have any men in my life.
"You must choose, Joan. You must choose. What will it be? Knowledge? Or your friends?" And then the door behind you opens, and you see kind of silhouettes of each of them. What I was originally intending to be all of them together. You see kind of, it almost fades. You know, a wipe fade from left to right, like
Yeah,
Star Wars.
I was thinking like, when Luke had the vision of his friends in Cloud City.
Of each of them kind of
Yeah.
struggling. You see Winnie with her parents
I don't know
moving.
her parents.
You see Winnie with two old people.
Okay.
As they kind of like are hobbling through
semi-look like her.
a broken and destroyed city with a giant monster that's just lurking around. Then it shifts to Dalfin and Relnor, and they're having a conversation.
Relnor, what do we do?
Well, we haven't come across any more civilians. I think we've got most of them out.
Run or fight? And I get kind of a smirk on my face.
I knew I always liked you, Dalfin.
And then we take off running.
And you head towards the giant creature
Yep.
that the monks are kind of standing around. Joan, the symbol before you begins to glow brighter, and the voice says, "Choose knowledge, and all will be made known to you. The creation of the world, the existence of gods, histories forgotten. You will know all. Choose your friends, and there will be much you never know. Questions you can never answer. But the choice is yours, Joan."
Dude, I'm like freaking out right now. Like I'm on the edge of my seat.
This could be the shortest podcast ever.
Why can't you have friends and knowledge? Does nobody like smart people?
Have you ever hung out with yourself?
Have you ever hung out with yourself, Eric?
Yes, and I find myself awesome.
The voice doesn't respond.
So this isn't a conversation? Not a dialogue? You're not going to talk to me?
They may not be there.
You're
It may
just
be like
soliloquying?
the scene in the doorway shifts again to your body on the ground, and Davi and Alora are both standing next to you, and they're praying over your body. And
Well, that makes me uncomfortable because they're praying different prayers.
Double the gods, double the fun.
Double
but
god
they both seem very concerned, and are doing everything they can to try and help you. I'll say this: Alora is poring over all kinds of notes furiously, like just
I know what I'm going to do.
okay.
I just struggle because I'm not having a conversation with anyone. I'm not dialoguing, so I don't feel
legitimately?
like explaining myself is necessary. So
The choice is yours.
yeah, okay. So I'm gonna turn around and go through the door.
Okay.
Wait, which one?
There's only one door.
Oh. Sorry.
As you step through the door, you almost kind of start to float, and as you kind of float through the door, you actually see your body on the floor of the temple. All of the markings and symbols on your arms and your face begin to glow with a luminescent light, and your eyes begin to fill with light and emerge, and your whole body begins to float up from the ground until you're kind of like, till the kind of floating feeling you're feeling and the floating image of your body become one thing. And then you hear a voice. Thank you, Joan. I am Optimus. For now, I give you my strength. And all of a sudden, everything goes dark in your vision, and you feel yourself underneath the weight of what feels like a ton of stone. And you hear a little tick, 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 tick. And then a little light cracks in front of your vision, and you see a little hole break open, and there's a little tiny gnome that you see looking you directly in the face.
Is it Truffle?
It is.
Wait, what?
But you can't speak to him.
I can't speak.
No.
Can I move?
Yes.
Okay.
You move, and Truffle becomes a tiny little speck as the figure of as you move the figure of a giant goat statue that's illuminated with glowing blue light. And Truffle carefully sits atop your nose as you kind of move off of it and almost like shake the rubble off. And you're down in the kind of destructed ruins of that were in the gnome island.
Holy cannoli.
And you have control of the goat golem.
Oh my gosh, is Truffle freaking out or what?
Yeah, he's just like, what on earth is going on?
Nice goat. Nice goat.
Nice goat. Good goat. What did I do? Why is it always Truffle Bundle? Anyway,
You're going to blame me for this too.
that's where we're going to end the episode.
Oh, man.
So, wow. That was awesome, guys.
That's the end? Is that the end?
That's the end of the thanks for listening to Titans of Altera, everyone. That's the end.
We met the Titans, and that's how it ends.
And roll credits. And thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Cue the Enya song.
Yes.
Who can
We've had
say where the world- Sorry.
we've had a blast making this, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna come back next week, and you're gonna get to see what Joan can do with this golem.
Yes.
So, if you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Helps us a lot to get the word out. You can also find us on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, at The Titan Pod. Be sure to check out social media for all the fun Christmas stuff we have going on throughout the month of December. It's the Titans of Christmas.
Holidays.
Merry Titanmas.
So, until next week, I've been your host and DM, Joshua.
God
going
bless
around the
us,
table.
everyone.
Going around the table, we have
Joan and Artemis.
Dalfin.
Winnie.
At your leisure.
Relnor.
What the heck is it?
Thanks, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed part 2. I'm so excited to finally reveal one of our golems. And so I can't wait. Next week, part 3, you're going to actually get to see what this golem can do, and we'll finish out the final part of A New Perspective. But I also just wanted to remind you that on the 25th of December, we're releasing a non-canon Christmas special. It's going to be several hours long of fun, goofy time with the cast as we're playing an adventure that is just a one-shot, has nothing to do with the primary story. It's just going to be for fun, and I think you guys will really like it. And then at the end of the month, everyone who's a patron on patreon.com/TitanPod will be getting this adventure for themselves as a digital reward. I can't wait. I think you're going to love it. Have a wonderful week, guys. I will see you on the 25th. And then again on, I think, the 27th, if that's right. I don't know dates. Anyway, have a great week, everybody. Thanks so much for listening.